I would like to talk about black and white pride today. As many of you might guess, the video I talked about white women being jealous of black women um, resulted in a lot of not so nice comments by a lot of white people. But that notwithstanding, let me just say this upfront. If you're white and you're watching this, darling, don't bother writing anything. I am going to just delete your comment and block your account. It's not happening. I'm not going to entertain your racism, your nonsense on my channel. So if you're still here and you're still watching, welcome. If not, bye. So I would like to talk about some of the comments that really stood out on my last video, being one of the comments being, I am proud to be white. Okay, I'm not going to call any names. I just want to take this up and talk about why there's white pride and why there's black pride. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And why is it still a thing? Okay. As usual, I did my research, as you should too, by the way. Let's start with white pride, shall we? So, if you go to Google and you check the common Wikipedia definition of white pride, disclaimer, I am not a Wikipedia fan, but since you people like going to Wikipedia for explanations, let's keep it simple. So Wikipedia clearly says, white pride is an expression primarily used by white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and white supremacists to signal racist viewpoints, often being used by the KKK. So white pride comes from a point of hate and results in hate, okay? White pride comes from, if we shackle it down, if you really go to the root of white pride, it comes from the thinking or the viewpoint, white is superior, every other thing is lesser, okay? So if we look at what white people or what the people that think they are proud of being white, or people that defend the opinions about white pride think white, and then we have anything Asian, maybe anything that's still closer to white, like fair-skinned, maybe white Jewish people. Then we have people of color, such as Arabs, Turkish people, maybe Hispanic people, anything that's visually not white. And then at the bottom line, we have black people. So let's just have a moment and talk about the fact that this is rubbish anyway, because as I've said before, we all came from the black woman. So doing this kind of classification is racist in itself. But it fits the theory of white pride. It fits the viewpoint of white pride. So what do y'all expect? Nothing. So when you look at white pride, and you look at people that say, I am proud to be white. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. You're proud to be white. What is whiteness? If you look at society, what's whiteness? When you are in a predominantly white society, you don't even know what whiteness is because you're used to being white. You are not ever in the position of questioning, am I white? Why am I white? What does it mean to be white? Because we are seen as the standard. We are not the standard, but we are seen as the standard globally. It doesn't matter if we go to predominantly black or predominantly white societies. We are seen as the standard globally. So looking at history, white people have been on planet at around 8,000 years. Meanwhile, black people have been here around 300,000, dating back all the way to 3 million years back. Okay, so what does it mean to be white? We don't even know. We don't know. Like if you ask the average white person, okay, what does it mean to be white? They don't know. They will not be able to answer that question. Then those that know or those that have an answer, they're usually like, oh, we are the greatest race. We are Aryans. We are pure. We are this. Okay, where does this thinking of pure comes from? It comes from a scientist that used to think, or he came up with the term Caucasian. So I'm going to tell you why the term Caucasian is racist and is of racist origin. That scientist, I forgot his name, unfortunately. It's of irrelevance anyway, because it's crappy, but still, let's mention it. So he said that people from the Caucasus area, which is Eastern Europe, are the purest human beings to ever be found. Now, the plot twist is only 2 to 5% of white people are actually from the Caucasus area. So why is that term racist? If you refer to white people as Caucasian, which most of us are not Caucasian, and you look at the definition of Caucasian and why this man said Caucasians are the purest human beings, knowing the fact that white people have been on planet Earth for only 8,000 years, you are literally denying Africa and the black woman and the black man, the black nation in general, their importance in the development of humanity. You are saying that people came from the Caucasus area. Now tell me, if two white people cannot have a black child under normal circumstances, but two black people can, under normal circumstances, have a white child because the black woman carries the DNA of the entire ethnicities of humanity. So if her genetics mutate, she can give birth to a white child. That child will be fair-skinned just like me. But vice versa, it doesn't work. Even if two white people have a black child, that child will still be of fairer black complexion. It will be like light-skinned black. It wouldn't be as if it had two black parents. So there's always going to be a mix, it's always going to be diluted. It's not going to be pure black. But two black people can have a white child, period. So knowing that the word Caucasian is of racist origin, knowing that white pride has always, in the history of humanity, always been associated with racism, with supremacy, with oppression, with thinking that white people are better off than any other race. How do you people still, in your right mind, say that you're proud to be white? What are you proud of? Slavery, colonialism, exploitation, oppression, invasion, kidnapping, rape. Is that what you're proud of? Because that's what white is. That is what white is. That is what white people globally did. Everywhere they went to, that is what they did. Now, if we use this and connect it to black pride, what is black pride? Black pride, here we go. Black pride is a movement that encourages black people to celebrate black cultures and embrace their African or black heritage. It comes from resistance. It comes from the survival of oppression. It comes from a mindset that says, we have been through all this, we are still here. Never comes black pride in any association of we are here and you are here. Never in my entire life have I seen any black power movement or black pride movement that says we as black people are worthy and you people are shitty. We are this and you are that. And black people have every right to do that because they are originally the first human beings. So they have this scientific... I'm not going to cut this out because English isn't my first language. So scientific backup, there we go, to actually claim being superior to white people. But they don't because they have common sense. They know human is human, most people. Of course, people have different types of thinking. There are black people that think they are superior to white people. But there are also white people that think they are superior of black people. Now look at the two. Who causes more harm? A black person, an individual that thinks he's superior to black people, to white people, which actually can be scientifically proven, or a white person that says, I'm better than you because I'm white. I came from you, but I'm better than you because I'm white. Pointless. That conversation is pointless. So black pride originates and results in resistance. It results in self-confidence, in self-love, in unity. It originates in the common struggle of black people being, those in the diaspora, of course, being stolen from the motherland and having formed a new entire culture because they were ripped of their identities, their cultures, their languages, their religions, their way of life. They were ripped of everything that made them who they are. They weren't even allowed to speak their own languages. So when they were stolen from the motherland and taken to America, they were forced to create their own identity, their own culture. And this is how Black people globally experience the same struggle. That's why Black people globally can have something like Black Pride without ever having it attached to wanting to put another race down, another ethnicity down, because the origin of the movement is total different than the origin of a white pride movement. So when you talk about white pride, you don't dare compare it to Black pride. Black pride comes from surviving of oppression. White pride comes from stupidity. There's no point, absolutely no point. And I just want to a little disclaimer. I am not by no means trying to explain a Black person's struggle or what Black pride means. I literally wrote this down from Wikipedia, and any conversations I ever had with Black people or with friends and family that taught me their pain and allowed me to see their ways and allowed me to understand their feelings, made me understand that this is actually comes from a point of resistance. So it's not as if you are Black and you're seeing this and I said something wrongly, I'm very sorry. Please absolutely correct me in the comment section. I'm not an editor. I don't edit my videos. I don't cut my videos. I recorded it. I uploaded it. I'm done. You know, I don't believe in all this sugarcoating shit. I say it as it is. That's why I don't like editing. That's why my videos are always long as fuck, and now I have 7,000 times of correcting words, because it is what it is, you know. But like I said, I'm not trying to speak on behalf of Black people because Black people don't need my voice. Black people have their own voice. I am directing my knowledge that I got from Black people to my fellow white people, because apparently white people like listening to white people. It's not as if what I'm saying is anything new. Anybody Black listening to me knows, like, he's like, oh, we have been saying this since. They know, like, this is not new to any Black person watching this. So if you're Black and you find anything I said offensive or anything I said was in any way wrong, please correct me. If you're white, don't even try it, because I know what I said is true. So if you think it is wrong, then the problem is with you. Because if you're white and you think white pride is a thing, and if you think what I said is racist towards white people, then you're the problem, not me. Because there's no racism towards white people. But I'm going to come back to that in another video. So at the bottom line, there is no such thing as white pride in a non-racist way. And there is no such thing as Black pride in a racist way. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. It's not real. So when you are in the comment section emphasizing how you're proud to be white, please think twice, because we are immediately going to put you in that corner. In the corner you belong to. Bye. That is where you are. Because we need to distance ourselves from anything racist. We need to distance ourselves from any racist statements, any racist organizations, racist systems. We need to distance ourselves from that active racism. We are still passively racist, like I explained in my further video, in my last video. So if you're white and you feel offended, you're not there yet. I was offended. Had it been I watched myself talking 7 years ago, I would have smacked my phone on the wall. I'm not even playing. I was offended. The first time a white woman told me, do you know that there is no such thing as reverse racism? I went all in. I told her, but Black people can be discriminated and can be racist towards white people. It is now that I know there is nothing like this. So when you are offended, just know I was once there, and I know the feeling. I know the way you need to go. That's why I'm telling you what you don't want to hear, because you need to hear it to make a change. You need to hear it to make a change for your own karma. Not for me, not for any other Black person, for your own karma. Because at the end of the day, it's our situation and it's our problem. And just because we are at the moment on the beneficial side of racism doesn't mean that we are still going to be on the beneficial side of racism in 5, 10, 15, 50 years to go, because there will be a time. I'm not going to say it so that the video is not going to be taken down, but just know that anything you give is like an order you place, and anything that is going to come back to you is like the order that was brought back to you. That's what you're going to be served. So if you dish out racism, you are going to be called out for that, and you are going to be served hate, and you are going to be served being outcasted and being outcalled, and you are going to be called all sorts of names, and you deserve it. If you're racist, you deserve it. If we don't do something against racism, we deserve every treatment that we are going to get. So, as usual, do better.